Was that story completely true?
Yes.
Including the part with the,
Yes, yeah. But who exactly did you... if I'm being entirely honest, I'm not sure I want to talk about that part of things. It was, as you can imagine, fairly traumatic. I mean, I've been able to come back and lead a more or less normal life. I have a good job at a well-respected law firm. But there's still some things that kind of make me nervous. Particularly walls. Also mountainsides and airplanes. I'm not overly fond of sliding doors or dogs or things that are very hot. And I have an irrational fear of car accidents.
I think a fear of car accidents is quite rational, actually.
Oh, no. I have a rational fear of car accidents, but I also have an irrational fear. I have both kinds.
You must be really afraid of cars.
Terrified. That's why I always travel by boat.
Oh, you ended up choosing some.
It really is. Come to think of it, why did the boat sink? I don't think that we hit anything.
No, we didn't. I was on deck the whole time, and I didn't see us hit anything.
Unless we hit something underwater. That can happen sometimes. If you run over some underwater rocks, it can tear holes in the bottom of the ship.
I think we would have felt something, though.
I suppose we should have. It's all very strange, isn't it? When I saw that we were taking on water, I went to find the captain and asked what was going on. But I couldn't find him anywhere.
But I thought you said you went down with the ship.
He did. Well, I think he did. Someone was still steering the ship after we were already sinking. And I don't see the captain with us now.
Well, what did he look like?
I'm not sure. I never really got a look at him. That paper doesn't say anything about the captain, does it? It might be helpful to know his name.
No, it's just names. It doesn't say anything about jobs, like I said before.
I say
Just a list of passengers.
Not the captain.
But, wait. The captain's a passenger on his own ship, right?
That seems like a rather philosophical question.
Friends, I have returned!
And you seem to have lost a pet.
Oh dear!
Not a pet, Princess. This is a savage and noble dingo.
I thought you said you were looking for bamboo shoots.
Bamboo shoots. Right. There I was, making my way over deadly rocky cliffs to the other end of the island. This fearsome beast ran up to me and decided to test my mettle. Luckily, I managed to prove to him that I was just as tough and wily as he was. And we have become partners. We hunted for hours, well, almost an hour, searching for rabbits, squirrels, and wild boar. What we found in the end, however, was far more ominous.
What did you find?
I found good news, and I found bad news.
Well, you'd better give us the bad news first.
Oh, well, the bad news is the emergency rations have all been eaten.
I didn't know we had emergency rations. I thought they would have been listed along with the rest of the cargo. Oh well, I guess they're gone now. Although I do think... Hold on. Well, what's the good news?
The good news is we have emergency rations.
That would make more sense the other way around.
Well, I was kind of expecting to ask for the good news first. Anyway, I think we can safely say that we need to start planting and cultivating our own food. Personally, I suggest turnips. They grow easy, they're healthy, and they look funny. The perfect food trifecta.
I'm Gertrude, the dingo. I mean, if you're able to tell it what to do, would it be at all possible for you to take it somewhere else?
Huh?
Gertrude, Theodore is afraid of dogs.
Huh? Oh, right, of course. Sorry, I forgot. How about this? Jim Bob and I, this is Jim Bob. Jim Bob and I will do one last search for grizzly bears, just in case. And then I'll build a nice little dingo house for him, maybe out of bamboo. Or if I find any more life vests, I can use those. And then I'll come back, all right?
Great. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
Excellent. Come on, Jim Bob.
She had to go and make friends with the dog.
Theodore, I think this paper does list the captain. See here, look at this. It says it's a complete list of all passengers on board ship, paid passengers and otherwise. Plus, I was the cook, and my name's on the list. So, logically...
But then, who's the captain? There aren't many names on that list.
Well, it's not me. I haven't any idea how to pilot a ship.
It's not me either. I have a fear of steering wheels.
Fairly certain it's not me.
But
I've
then,
never been on a ship until this trip.
but then,
Then, that must mean, wait, what? That must mean me. I'm the captain. Oh, wait, but that doesn't make any sense. How could I know? I mean, how could I be the captain and not know I was the captain? Unless this whole trip has been some sort of weird trick or game, and I was supposed to figure out I was the captain and figure out how to steer a ship.
That doesn't seem very likely.
but then, who did that leave?
Gertrude, I guess.
Gertrude?
Yeah.
Gertrude?
How?
Huh. I think Turgay's strange game idea seems more likely than that.
I certainly didn't say it was the most likely scenario.
Hold on. The fact remains that one of us is the captain, and the fact that we don't know who it is means we're not being entirely honest with one another.
Oh, come on. I think everyone here is being perfectly honest. Tallulah didn't have to tell us the story about the princes and the dancing and the gold trees, did she? And Theodore was completely upfront about being a strange dumpy thing.
I actually prefer Theodore.
Well, we should all make sure we're on the same page here. Does anyone have any secrets they're keeping? Or any identity that might not seem immediately apparent? Come on. We're all going to need to trust each other if we're going to figure a way out to get out of here.
I don't have anything.
I think I've told you everything. At least, the most relevant stuff about myself, that is.
I got nothing.
Oh, I just remembered. I do have something.
Oh, Prince?
No.
You're a king.
No, nothing interesting like that. But I am a bird.
Sorry?
What?
That's okay, I really don't mind.
Did you just say you're a bird?
Yes,
Oh my, that's rather significant.
I guess. A bit. To me, at least. I hope it won't get in the way of us being friends.
No, of course not. It's only that...
Earlier, okay, Turkey, earlier, when you suggested that we all fly out of here, you didn't mean on an airplane, did you? You just meant fly?
Yes.
Fly. You can fly.
I wouldn't be much of a bird if I couldn't fly, could I?
You could be a penguin.
Don't be ridiculous. Sergey looks nothing like a penguin.
Turgay, being a bird, you wouldn't happen to have any interesting stories from your childhood, would you?
Not really. I mostly just ate worms and lived in nests when I was younger. You know, regular bird stuff. It wasn't until I got my degree and moved out of my parents' nest that anything interesting happened to me. And even then, it was mostly just being chased by cats now and then.
Well, put it that way, it does sound a bit mundane.
Like I said. But there was the one time I tried moving out. The first time I moved out after my parents' nest.
And did something interesting happen?
I guess. There was... Oh.
It seemed interesting to me.
It seemed interesting to me.
But it wasn't.
But it probably wouldn't be to anyone else.
But it probably wouldn't be to anyone else.
Well, you never know. I didn't think my story of dancing was very interesting, but it certainly gave us something to talk about.
And my story was completely different. But somehow, after telling it, I feel like I can trust you all more. Maybe you'll feel the same way after you tell us your story.
Gee, you think so?
It's worth a try. Anyways, what else are we going to do? We've already got bananas.
Quite true. Why don't you tell us your story, Turgay? I have a feeling it will prove to be quite interesting.
Well, all right. A couple of years ago, I responded to an ad in the newspaper looking for roommates.
Come in. Oh. Sorry, it's an old habit. You know.
Of course, I understand. I hear about the thing in the paper.
Oh, of course. I'm Fark,
Turkey.
and this is Sosis.
Oh,
Hi. Nice to meet you.
whatever.
I was thinking about moving out of my parents' nest, and I had the idea. Is he always like that?
Oh, yes. He's surprisingly social. For a sausage.
Oh, okay, cool.
You won't have your own room, but your share of the rent will be about $200 a month.
Can I pay that in twigs and bugs and stuff?
No bugs. They'd probably try to eat Sosis. But we share the chores. I light the fire and lay the table and fetch the water, and Sosis cooks. And if you would be kind enough to bring in the wood, that would be great.
No bugs?
And twigs don't count as rent.
I guess that's fair.
Well, I've already gotten the wood for today, so would you like to stay for supper?
Well, what kind of soup is this?
It isn't done yet.
He does that to flavor the broth. To the house.
Oh, thanks. But, wait, does he eat this too?
Of course!
Does that make you bitter?
No, more savory and a little spicy.
Oh. keeping busy.
Good.
How are you?
Great. I just finished law school, actually.
Wow, I didn't know you had moved out.
Oh no, I was homeschooled. Home law school.
Oh, wow.
Why are you picking up so many sticks?
For the fire, to make soup for me and my roommates.
And you have to get the wood?
Yeah, we split the chores. I gather the firewood, Farai gets the water and sets the table, and Sosis makes the food.
That doesn't sound fair. They get to stay home? If a bird can't be treated fairly in a time like this, when will we ever get our turn? Fetching wood. Like a beaver! Too long have we idly pecked at bugs and hung out on telephone wires. But no more! We will get you your freedom from this farce concocted by your oppressive roommates. Do not fear, Turgay, you have rights. You can cook. You can set the table.
I could.
Are your roommates home?
I think so, probably.
We'll tell them now.
Oh, could you hold these? Thanks.
You keep your front door locked during the day?
Well, yeah, Sosis is afraid of strangers.
Oh. Your tyranny has come to an end!
Hello.
Don't try to distract me, Mouse. You will no longer force this good bird into your manual labor.
What?
Could we take turns with the chores?
I guess. Sosis?
Whatever.
Victory!
Oh, I know. We can put the chores on little bits of paper and pull them out of this hat.
Is that why you own this hat?
Yeah.
That explains so much. Oh, I get to get the water and set the table.
And I get to cook, which means you get the firewood, Sosis.
Fine.
You know, I've never actually seen him leave before.
Why not?
Sosis!
All right, you stay here, and I'll run over and see if I can find him.
Well, Sosis should come back to delicious home-cooked meal. So, well, I guess, just,
Well, you see, my client, a dog who wishes to remain anonymous, cannot be charged with, as you say, devouring an innocent sausage. That sausage does not have rights.
You have to have rights to not get eaten?
He wasn't innocent. Your late roommate was a French spy.
Oh.
I'll tell your parents you said hi.
Thanks. Farai? Farai? Farai, did you know that Sosis was... Farai? Where are you? Farai? Where did he go? Ah! Fire! Fire! Get it off! Get it off! It burns! Ah, get it off! Get it off! I hate fire.
Wow!
That was very unexpected. Unexpected is a good word.
I guess it is. But for me, it all seemed very normal.
Turgay, seemed like you died in that story. I mean, it seems like there was a part in that story where you actually died.
Like I said, my childhood was pretty difficult, and so I was sort of used to misfortune. But I want to repeat that no one bears more blame than myself. But I try to learn from my mistakes to become a better person, you know?
That's a very good way of looking at things. Yeah, I mean, you learned something?
Did I learn anything?
It just, I mean, sorry, it just seemed like there was kind of a, it just seemed like there was kind of a, you know, like, kind of a,
Yes?
never mind. Forget I said anything. It's probably nothing. I'm just thinking of something else. Never mind.
Well,
Anyway, wait. Turkey, just one question. Just one quick,
What?
small little question.
What?
Are you alive now?
Of course I'm alive!
Theodore, how could you? Not at all appropriate.
Sorry. No, I didn't mean anything. I'm just trying to work things out in my own. I mean, sorry. Forget I said anything. Sorry. Very, very sorry.
So, you said you tried to use your experience to improve yourself?
Oh, yes. In the time that followed, I realized just how selfish I am. Selfish and unrealistic. I've come to accept that certain people just have certain stations in life. I don't mean that only certain people can become doctors or certain people leaders. But when you're just trying to make supper, it's probably the best idea to give the job of cooking the food to the person who knows best how to cook the food, you know?
I can certainly see the value in that standpoint.
Also, it made me feel better about being a bird. For instance, my bones are hollow, so I should never play football. Also, I have no lips, so I'll never play the harmonica. But I can fly, and they say I'm related to dinosaurs. So, in the end, I feel like I come out ahead.
What about you, Trigay?
You know-
What about you, Jim Grim? Did you learn anything from your experience?
My experience? I'm more concerned about my present experience. Being stuck on a desert island. Oh.
No, I've had similar thoughts about being a princess. Of course, it was always very convenient to have almost anything I wanted, and to always have beautiful clothes to wear, and servants to bring me food. But after I, moved out, I started to realize just how freeing it was to align myself. Also, that trapdoor thing was not the last time Father boarded up doorways we liked to use. Once, there was this candy shop I used to go to, and I kept going to it, even though he told me not to. And one day, he just boarded it up. Didn't warn the shopkeepers or anything. They had to break their way out with an axe.
Wow.
You learned anything from your experience, Theodore?
I've learned to be careful and not to expect quite so much from horses.
It does seem like you put a lot of stock in their abilities.
Somehow, I thought they were like really, really good at putting things back together again. But it turns out they're pretty rubbish at it. Just make things more broken most of the time.
Wow. It's great that we all learn things. What about you, Emma, or Jim? Did you learn anything else from your experience?
No.
Well, that's nice.
But maybe we still will. Like,
I think there's one thing in particular we'll learn from this experience, but I would really prefer to learn it right now.
What's that?
Exactly how long will
know next to nothing about nutrition. Also, I have no idea what sort of nutrients are in bananas. But I am going to go ahead and say, definitely, positively, 40 days.
Do you think we could build a raft or signal a ship and get rescued in 40 days?
I really hope we can. No offense to any of you. I've been having fun so far, but this isn't the sort of situation I'd like to be in long term. I may have been on my own for the past couple of years, but I am a princess, and I'm pretty accustomed to sleeping on a bed.
And the thought. And the thought of dingoes.
And the thought of those dingoes kind of makes me nervous.
Oh, Gertrude. Hi, Gertrude.
Hello. Greetings again, my brethren and sisters. I have some good news.
Do you also...
And I have some terrible news.
Okay. But before that, though, are you the captain?
Oh, what?
I said, are you the captain, or were you the captain before the ship sank?
Captain of what?
The ship!
What ship?
The ship we came from, the ship! The ship that sank!
Oh, that one.
Right. Were you its captain?
A little bit, yeah.
No offense, but how exactly did that happen?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure I know. I mean to say, I did apply for the job. I applied for any job I could find, but I didn't think I'd actually get it. I don't know a thing about captaining, really. I did make some stuff on my resume, but I was pretty sure that they'd figure that out.
I guess they didn't look very carefully.
Now, and I don't mean to cause any offense by this, but I thought you went down with the ship.
Oh, that's because I did. Sort of. Metaphorically. Or perhaps emotionally. You see, I renounced my captaincy while we were sinking. But then I unrenounced it because I remembered that I had left my box of biscuits in the captain's locker. So I went back and got them. Then I renounced my captaincy and swam back to shore.
That seems logical enough.
So why did we sink anyway?
Oh, I have no idea. I really don't know a thing about piloting a ship. Honestly, I think I might have hit the take on water button or something.
Ah, classic beginner mistake. I bet you they teach you to avoid that button in captain school.
Almost definitely. By the way, if it should ever come up that my name is under consideration for another captaining job, I'd appreciate it if you could all keep quiet about this little mishap. I hate for my whole career to go down in flames just because I made one ship go down in flames.
Sure. Yeah. So, what's the spatula for then?
Oh, well, that has to do with my news.
Oh, you said you had good news?
I do, my friends, my dear, dear friends. I have been all over this island now, and I can assure you that it is nothing short of excellent. These trees, and with those bananas, and with this group of friends, not to mention the beautiful views up on the hillside, and the probably deadly local wildlife. With all these things, all these wonders afforded to us by this fair and exotic land, we are said to have absolutely the most spectacular, exciting, and meaningful adventures that were ever had on a desert island. Other adventures and stories will pale in comparison. Together, we'll laugh, we'll love, and we'll learn valuable life lessons along the way.
Hey, that sounds pretty good.
Definitely could be worse.
Indeed.
But didn't you also say you had some terrible news?
Oh, yes.
Well, you better give that to us too.
Oh, all right. As it happens, this is not actually an island.
It's what?
Is it a peninsula?
No, it's mainland.
Mainland of what?
Australia.
Oh.
I
Kangaroo Joe.
Actually, we're on the edge of a banana farm. And there's a mountain just over the hill, over that way. And Jim Bob the Dingo is, in fact, an Australian shepherd named Jeremy.
So what's the spatula for?
Oh, I met the owners of the bed and breakfast. Very nice people. I told them I could help out in their kitchen, making breakfast for tomorrow. Of course, I don't know a thing about cooking, but don't tell them that.
So we can just go there then?
I don't see why not. They serve breakfast all day.
Wait. Should we put out the fire?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure fires go out on their own. It's really very safe to just leave.
Wow, I am learning so much today. I never knew Australia was so educational.
Oh, wait. Don't you all want to hear my surprising secret?
Do you have a surprising secret?
Do I? Ladies and gentlemen, you might not have known it to look at me, but in point of fact, my name is not Gertrude. My name is actually Cinderella.
I don't think so.
Wait. That's not what my name actually is. Because, you see, what my name actually is Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
God, that's not even slightly.
Or maybe I'm legendary American author Gertrude Stein.
Well, my name is half correct, and also half extremely incorrect.
Oh, all right. Let's go get some breakfast then.
Sounds good.
I'm starving.
Just, nothing with eggs in it, okay?
Can we get some eggs?
I don't see why not.
Well, as you can see, our show is now over, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank a few people. We all owe a lot to First Presbyterian for allowing us to use their space for rehearsal, and especially to Vicki for staying over and sitting through us for every single rehearsal here and unlocking us when we were locked outside in the cold. So, if we could thank her and First Presbyterian. Nikolai Stuckwich, Oleana, and Becca. And our director, and half of the play was written by her, Margaret Ryan. So I hope you enjoyed the show. If you could just kindly remember to remove everything, and hopefully there will be a chance for you to greet all the actors and compliment them right down here. Thanks.